Hey people, what is up? Welcome to the first official video of Filmstock tryouts, hashtag. My name's Darren and I live in China and I just got into film photography. So what I thought would be a cool idea is for me to explore the wonderful world of film stocks and just try out everything I can get my hands on, which in China is quite a lot. If you can get through the blunders and babbling on, then hopefully you can learn something about some film stocks, and hopefully I can learn too. So today's film stock is Rene Selection 5207. It's not getting in focus there. It's a film stock that's made here in China. It's actually Kodak Vision 3 250D, I think, which they've then removed the remjet layer on. So it's cinema film that they've removed the remjet layer on and then just repackaged it as their own version of a stock, and it's beautiful, really beautiful. I mean, it's Kodak film is really good, but they've done a good job. Sometimes from what I've read, they can do a shoddy job on removing the remjet layer, and because it's like a gelatin layer, I think, that they have to squeegee off, and sometimes they can ruin the rest of the film layers if they use chemicals or whatever. So yeah, I don't know all that much about it. There might be people in the comments that will know more, so let us know more about the remjet layer removal process and if it can be done at home. So yeah, Rene Selection, I think the company is actually called Rene Works. Yeah, Rene Works. So really good, colorful, or good film for color, daylight shooting, I think, as well. And I'm gonna do like a slideshow of the images that I shot. So yeah, let me kind of, it was the first roll of film that I shot in my Canon F1N, the new Canon F1, which was new for me. It's a second-hand camera that I got, and yeah, I fumbled my way through it. I was struggling just to figure out how the camera works and getting used to the shutter. The shutter was actually quite sensitive, so often I was making mistakes pressing the shutter before getting there, because you half press the shutter to get the exposure meter working, and I was full pressing and taking images before I wanted to, without getting the exposure set correctly. So yeah, it was a bit of a struggle there getting used to the camera, and I had no clue what to expect from the film stock. But yeah, I walked around when on a break from work, and any opportunity I could, just in Hangzhou, taking photos. And it's when I got the results back from the lab, the scans, I don't know, I fell in love with every single image from this roll, even the ones that are mistakes or were early shots, premature shots. There we go. So yeah, every shot is beautiful, as you can see as they go across the screen. It's a pretty sharp film, I've noticed. If you go through the images, you can see that it is pretty sharp. You can make out things pretty clearly, and the photos of the flowers and the bee, you can make out the bee and the dog. It's very sharp, and the contrast is pretty decent as well. I have not done much at all in post, just these pretty much almost look like what I got back from the lab, just fine-tuning a little bit of really minor adjustments. Didn't do anything to the color saturation, just kind of just put them in Lightroom, did a minimal tweaks to exposure, and that's about it. So yeah, contrast is pretty decent. I wouldn't say it's too heavy. It is a little bit flat, but it's quite beautiful in how it renders colors and differences in color. The grain is very fine and is very beautiful. It's a very beautiful grain. It's got quite a, I don't know, just makes the image, it gives the image feeling, at least that's what I think. And the exposure latitude from my mistakes I've discovered is amazing, because there were so many photos that I think were heavily underexposed, maybe 1 to 2 stops even, and they just still came out looking beautiful. And then there were also probably quite a few shots that I overexposed by accident, that also, I mean, every single image from the roll was amazing, and I love every single one. It is a little bit warm, the stock. You might notice in some of the blues do look or feel maybe a little bit yellow. And in the photo of the dog looking out the store, you can see that wall is supposed to be white, but it is a bit warm. And then you can see in the top left corner, it's a little bit magenta red. So it is a little bit warm, but it's beautiful. And yeah, the colors are vibrant, but not too vibrant. The saturation is really good. It's definitely a film I'm going to try and get hold of again and buy a whole bunch more rolls. It's also a film stock that I don't think is available outside of China, because it's a company in China that does the remjet layer removal. So I'm thinking maybe if anyone's interested, I'll try and get a bunch of, like, some bulk, and then maybe see if there's a store or something overseas that would be interested in getting it, if anyone's interested in that. But yeah, that was just a random, just because there's a lot of things in China that are accessible that aren't really outside of the world, or at least not for the prices that we can buy them here. I bought this for, I think it was 42 RMB, which is about times 6 is about $7, I think, American, $7 US. So I, from what I understand of film stock prices outside of China or in the US or using the dollar, that's not bad. Yeah, I'm going to be shooting some more. But anyway, thanks for tuning in, and thank you for making it through my blabbering. And I hope you really enjoyed the images. Let me know which ones are your favorite. And also stay tuned for more film stock tryouts. You can check out my results on my Instagram. I'll put the link here below. It's also at Darren A Fielding. And yeah, I'm going to be sharing these photos and my thoughts a bit more concise and better worded words on 35mmc.com. So hopefully that will come out sometime soon as well. Just writing for them as well. So yeah, I really appreciate you guys tuning in. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. And yeah, check out maybe some of my other videos. I got some POV street. That was actually my first roll of Kodak Gold. So maybe check that out. Kodak Gold on a 40-year-old vintage Chinese film camera with quite a few limitations. But yeah, that was pretty fun. So yeah, check that out. And as always, just keep making stuff. Appreciate you guys and would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. So cheers, guys.